So then what is our plan? How are we going to be able to garden like we did before? Well, we've got to build raised beds. We won't be able to have our in-ground garden like we've had before, which for me is actually a blessing. I can't get down to the ground to do the work that I need to do, and I have to rely on my husband a lot. And he's usually off doing other things. It's hard. But, you know, I enjoy the garden. And he does too, but not like I do. Sorry about the noise. We are right next to the interstate, and it can be quite noisy. So we found out last fall that supposedly our yard is not as big as what we were told for 20 plus years, and they tried to take away part of our yard. We talked them into letting us keep our flower bed that we had just put in this last spring and summer. And so what we plan to do is use our new raised beds and our old raised beds to border our yard. And so what we're going to do is, this is our new raised bed, our flower bed that we put in. And yes, the trellises are tilted. We had a bad storm that blew it over. We're going to have to reseat the trellises. But anyway, what we're planning to do is we're going to come about a foot or so off of the flower bed, and we're going to put one of the 8-foot beds there, and then this bed right here is only 6 foot. We have 3 8-foot beds and a 6-foot bed. So we're going to go 8 foot, 6 foot, 8 foot, and we're going to line it up with the front edge of the flower bed and use it as a border. And it will come out from where that cement block is, or brick, come from there, and it will end over here at this flower tub. It's broken. We're going to be getting rid of it. But it'll come out here, and it will end right about there. And we have to have access into the yard for any kind of construction vehicles, for the septic trucks, and what have you, for the park. So we have to leave some sort of an access right here. So we did some measuring, and we're going to start our 4-foot beds that we got lumber for. We're going to put them starting right about in here, next to our Vickery Golden Privet. And we're going to come off of the bumper there about a foot, and we're going to put a 4-foot bed, and they're going to be 4 foot by 2 foot. We're going to stick with the 2 foot wide beds. I'm going to put a 4-foot bed there, skip 4 feet so that I can get in between with my wheelchair. And then we're going to put another bed, and we will have 4 beds right here along the railroad ties and the bumper there. And then what we'll do is we will have 1 8-foot bed left, and we have enough lumber to build a total of 6 4-foot beds. So we'll have four of the 4-foot beds over there, where I just showed you, and then we're going to come over here and come 6 feet off of the round out of flower bed by the flamingos. Come 6 foot off of there and 6 foot off of this flower bed. And we'll put a 4-foot bed, the 8-foot bed with 2 feet in between. And then another skip 2 feet and put our last 4-foot bed at the end. and it will end up coming out to the end of this trellis here, right at the end of the shed. And then that way we'll be bordering our entire yard with raised beds. I am so excited to have this new journey and to be able to start a new way of gardening. We are planning to try self-wicking raised beds this time. We do not have any kind of irrigation system for our raised beds, which means I have to be out here pretty much every evening to water in the extreme heat of the desert of southwest Idaho. So it will be really nice to have self-wicking beds for my raised beds now. Now I know you noticed these painted tires over here that I have, and we have plans for those too. We are going to make raised beds out of those, and we plan to put those over near my ramp leading into the house, and we will plant things such as potatoes or maybe the squash and cabbage, things like that, things of those nature, in those over closer to the ramp. They will go over here where this chicken wire is, and we will probably put 3 over here on this side and then 2 on this side, so that we have plenty of space here for the walkway. And then I plan to grow loofah this year, and then I have another squash called pineapple squash that is a climber, and we have every intention of planting those over here next to our shed once we get it painted, and we will have them climb up the side of the shed after we stretch some chicken wire up there for them to climb on. And here is my greenhouse. We put it on a nice little platform. I have some planters that I plan to put on the sides on each corner here. I have one right here on this corner and one over here in this corner. And then I have some others that I will put along the edges. And, well, I just can't hardly wait for spring to get here so that I can actually get out here, do my gardening. I got itchy fingers. I want to be in the soil. I want to grow, and I want to see new life burst forth and be able to provide for my family. And I am going to be a part of the Survivor Seeds 2024 with the Vineyard Chicks and Bushcraft Family. If you've not checked out those channels, please do. Lazy Days Ahead with Jesse and Lisa will be doing the giveaways in October. All those channels are wonderful channels if you'd like to check them out. Please feel free to like and subscribe. I'm just getting started, and I would love to have you join me on my journey. Thank you and have a blessed day.